So yeah, there we go. Cool. Oh, and we've got a chat going as well. Don't worry if you need to disappear, Lucy. Um, it will be recorded. And I'm going to repeat this monthly for new members, and also for any potential members who are thinking about joining and want to know a bit more about what it's about. So as I'm going to go through, just feel free to interrupt me, ask any questions. Very informal, despite all the slides. So yeah, let's just go. So Sober Business Network, who is this for, first of all? So it's kind of for me, because this is the network that I wanted to find and I couldn't find it. So that's why I created it, basically. And this was how I felt. So I'm running a small business, a micro business defined as 1 to 9 employees, sober or sober curious. You might be working in what I would call the dry economy, which is, the alcohol-free industry, or in sober coaching or some offshoot of that. But you might not be. You might be an accountant, a marketeer, a virtual assistant, anything. You probably find networking a bit boozy and a bit boring, and you've probably wasted quite a lot of time networking with people who drink and sort of don't really understand your business, and you maybe crave connection with other people who are like-minded, definitely want to grow your business, sometimes wonder why everyone else is doing better than you are. And by the way, they're not actually. I think there's a lot of people in this industry who are not making a lot of money because we're all very heart-centered business people, and um, we do it because we want to do it, not because we're going to be millionaires for doing it. Um, but having said that, there are business skills that you need to learn, and you're on a tight budget, so you need good value for money from all of that. And that's kind of what I wanted. So that is what I set up. So if that's you, you are in the right place. So I was thinking about some of the mistakes that certainly I made, and I know quite a lot of people probably do make in their first couple of years of business. And I'm no expert here, by the way. I've learned loads in my 2 years, but I am not the person who knows everything. And as my business coach would say to me, I know are the two most expensive words in business. So people saying I know, um, and thinking that they haven't got anything to learn is probably the most expensive mistake that you can make, actually. So getting getting your knowledge of how to run a business up is fundamentally important. Also, trying to do everything on my own, um, you probably can't, in the long run. And knowing how and when to delegate, and how and when to bring people in, even if it feels like you can't afford it, is really important. Not creating systems. So chaos ensues, and you find that if you do bring someone in, even a virtual assistant to help you, that they can't help you because only you knows how everything works. I've definitely made that mistake. Not measuring what's working. So having a go at marketing this, or sticking something on social media, or spending time doing a newsletter and not having any idea of whether that is actually working for you or not. And ultimately, what that can lead to is burnout. And I wanted to create a kind of business program where we can learn from each other and share how to avoid some of these mistakes. So I'm Janet Hadley. I've got a corporate background. That's my LinkedIn QR code if you're not already connected with me, which you probably are. My core business is selling to corporates. So I sell the alcohol safe workplace accreditation to corporates. I also still work for the co-op. I have a toe on the corporate career ladder. I'm desperately trying to um, escape, I think is probably the word, albeit I am leveraging the power of working for co-op quite nicely at the moment, and using it to do all sorts of things in the sobriety world, which is exciting. So, there's pros and cons. But I do have a lot of commercial acumen, I guess, because I've always been in commercial buying roles for big supermarkets. So I cut my teeth on the trading floor of Asda, which is basically Walmart, or it was when I worked there. And it is literally the most commercially savvy business in the world. Like, it's just unbelievably efficient. Oh, Shell, can you go on mute, please, love? Thank you. And I wanted to bring a little bit of that as well and a bit of my experience. And I wanted to build a platform where other people who've got other relevant skills can share them as well. So why is it so important at the moment to kind of avoid making those mistakes? So the time is great for working in the dry economy because it's in massive, massive growth. And with that growth comes change. So it's so important that we understand how to tune into that. And we know that 60% of new businesses fail in the first 3 years. And it's not the ones that are the best or the cleverest people who survive. It's the ones who've got the best support around them, actually. It's definitely a case of it's not what you know, it's who you know, I think, for businesses surviving in the long run. And I've just put a couple of slides in to demonstrate it. I mean, and this is about drinks specifically, and I know most of us don't work in the alcohol-free drinks industry, but just how normalized this no and low category is becoming now is a real indicator of the changing attitudes. And by growing our little businesses in this arena now, we are setting ourselves up to be in a really powerful position to do so much good in the world and to help this little industry, this new industry that's emerging to really grow. And I'm really passionate about contributing to that. Um, and with that growth, as I said, there will be change. So things are going to change rapidly in this environment. And I'm sure you've probably heard this before, but like the optimist, what is it? Oh, I can't even remember the quote now, but when the wind changes, like the pessimist complains about the wind and the optimist just kind of does the plain sailing in the fair weather. But the real strategic leader is able to adjust their sails as the winds change. And that's another thing that I want to bring to the group is to enable us to be able to work together to understand how the industry is changing, to shape it even, and to be prepared for it. And as I said, we won't all survive, actually. Not all the businesses that are in the network today will survive. But my ultimate aim is that you'll grow your business faster by being in the network than not being in it. And we need to generate rapid turnover growth in the first 3 years in order to survive. That's really how you get out of that burnout and how you get out of that chaotic place and into a place where you can afford to pay people to do certain aspects of the work. You can focus on what you're really, really good at, and ultimately you can enjoy it as well. So I don't want any of my businesses to close down. I'm sure sadly some of them probably will, but you know, the whole point of the network is to try and help people and avoid that happening to them. So I thought I'd just put in a couple of things about the types of things that you might already be missing, that obviously we can help with in the network. So being really targeted about introductions, cross marketing, and personal development. So I'll take them one by one. Oh no, I didn't put those slides in. That's fine. I thought there was too many slides. I'll just talk about them. So being really targeted about introductions, that's fairly obvious, but we can, for example, one of the collaborations that has happened in the group has been, there's a wholesale drinks distributor called the Alcohol Free Drinks Company. I know the owner really, really well, Andy Me. He is a lovely bloke who distributes almost door to door, like he's a walking round salesman, like an old fashioned salesman. And there's a drinks club down the road in Otley where it's just opened. It's a retailer. And I was chatting to Kevin, who owns it, and I was saying, you need to speak to Andy because he might be able to get some better prices. And he was like, oh, I don't really think I want a wholesaler. Like the whole point of me setting it up is I want to deal direct with the alcohol-free producers and not really interested. And they'd emailed each other, but neither of them had followed up on it. First physical meetup that we had, I introduced them to each other. They're like having a bromance now. So they they have pretty much decided to go into business together and to do this collaboration where Kevin is the retail arm, Andy is the wholesale arm, and they're just working really, really well together. And it's just so interesting how neither of them thought that they really needed or wanted to work with the other, but actually by making that introduction, it's really changed both of their businesses in a really short space of time. Um, Cross marketing, if you don't know what that is, it's about using other people's audiences. So I've got a big audience of corporate HR people. Now, not all of them have bought from me, but all of them are interested in the content that I put out, and they've got other contacts who they know. So it might be that, if you wanted to sell to corporate clients and you've got something that's different to what I'm selling to them, there could be synergy there. So, for example, actually it's the same person, Andy, but I introduced Andy to one of my clients, Skipton Building Society. He's doing their Christmas party this year because they've just got a new chief exec who doesn't drink and he doesn't want any alcohol at the party, and he's doing the alcohol-free drinks for it. So there's lots of opportunities like that. I'm also doing a collaboration at the moment with the I get them mixed up. Is it untoxicated or non-toxic? It's non-toxicated. They are a marketing company who specifically help alcohol-free drinks brands, and they have allowed me to use their mailing list, not sharing it. Don't worry, no GDPR rules have been broken, but I'm giving them some of my marketing material about the network to send to all the alcohol-free drinks producers that they work with, because they've got this huge audience who I can't access otherwise very easily. And in return, they want to send some of their marketing materials that are really I also run like a 101 Days to Sober group where there's a whole load of people who are in the early stages of sobriety. They want me to send a targeted dry January campaign to those people because they're trying to promote these particular drinks. So it just works for both of us. And, it doesn't always work both ways, like that, but we can use each other's audiences in creative ways. I am not selling sober holidays. I am happy, for example, John, to send all the sober people in my network your holiday brochure or whatever it is with, maybe we do a discount code that says like choose Sunrise customers get a special discount, make them feel really special. That helps me because I'm giving my clients something really special, and it helps you because you get in front of my clients. So that's kind of what cross marketing is essentially. And then the final bit that a lot of new business owners totally neglect is personal development, because my goodness me, we all know you just don't have time, do you? You're just running around doing everything from the accounts to the cleaning to the, I don't know, just everything. And you forget that actually you don't know everything about running a business, and that you need to stop and learn. And this is something that I've been working with a business coach who is brilliant, and I can't even begin to describe how much I've learned from working with him. And I really didn't think I had time, and I really didn't think I had money, but it's just been so valuable. And I've invested a lot of money in that. And I wanted to bring you the best of some of the investments that I've made into my own development in a package that's really affordable, because I know how hard it is when you're first starting out and you can't, like, I've paid him hundreds, probably thousands of pounds. I don't want you to have to pay that much. I want you to be able to pay small bite-sized amounts of money to get value, because that's where I think you probably are with your business. So there's a couple of things I think perhaps you might need to stop doing as well, which I think sometimes people have concerns about networking, and they worry about being with their competitors. Like, yeah, but they're doing this something similar to me. And what if, we're both sober coaches and we might both want middle-aged women? Oh, we probably shouldn't rub shoulders with them. And I wouldn't want it to be a whole entire community just of one type of professional, but there are enough clients for all of us. And actually, we all have our own niches. And if you spend too much time worrying about competitors, you are not, if you're focusing on what everyone else is doing, you're not focusing on what you are doing. If you do what you do brilliantly, it doesn't matter what your competitors are doing. None of us are immune to it. I got a bit stressed out because I did this webinar that I'd spent hours on, with loads of really good corporate clients. And one of my competitors just turned up to it. I don't even know how he got the link. And I was saying to my business coach, I was really miffed about it. And he was going, that's brilliant news. If he's so worried about what you're doing that he's turned up at your webinar instead of focusing on his own business, then you're obviously doing loads better than him. And I was like, oh yeah, maybe I am. Yeah, maybe I am. And actually, who cares? I'm doing my own thing, and it'll take him ages to catch up because I'm running faster like that. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people are doing, and we all think that everyone else is doing better than us, and they're not. They're really not. And the other thing that you might need to think about stopping is working full time in the business. So I'm sure you've all heard about the difference between working in the business and on the business. I hope you have. If not, if it's the first time you've heard it, working business owner tasks are things that are going to progress and grow your business. Tasks that are effectively executing what you sell. So if you are running around picking deliveries, packing them, doing invoicing, um, even delivery of services to some extent is working in the business. The more you can free up your time to work on the business, to work on the things that you are strategically important to growing your business, the faster it's going to grow. And that is something that it was a real moment for me when I really understood this and started to work on my business. And I really want to bring you some of this kind of learning that I've had into the network. So, how can the Sober Business Network help? Lots of ways. So, when I sat down and wrote, like, what do I want the outcomes to be, people who join the network, they are, in very simple terms, I want you to grow your turnover. I want to eliminate any feelings of isolation that you have as a solopreneur. I want you to have the right mindset, so to master that kind of business mindset. I want you to stop wasting money on things that don't work. I want you to learn new business skills, and I want you to grow the lifestyle that you want. And I've just realized as I'm going through this slide that I haven't changed the pictures on it to match the words, which is quite funny, because it's got like yeah, anyway. So there you go. I want you to be better organized than me with your slides. I will sort those out later. That's quite funny. And I wonder if I'd not said that, if anyone would have noticed. But I've basically curated services to deliver against those outcomes, the words, not the pictures. And the services that I've put together fall into three categories. So lead generation, connection, and personal development. So first one, lead generation. So everyone's got a directory listing. If you've already joined, if you haven't joined, that's one of the basic things that you get. With this directory listing, what I would say is that actually more is more. So the more information you can put in there, the better. So you've obviously got your basic information. A photo is an absolute must. The About Me section has to be completed for this to work. And then we also have in the premium listings, we also have a multi-layer listing. So I thought I would stop sharing and just show you what that looks like for a minute, in case this is relevant for anyone. You might not need this, but I will share. In fact, I didn't need to do that, did I? I could just. Can you see the homepage of the directory there? Yeah, cool. So if I go into, I've got an admin account, so I've got literally everything, obviously. So if I go into my account here, you can go to your dashboard and you'll see something like this, but yours won't have quite as many green boxes up here because you haven't got access to all areas. And some of this isn't even really switched on yet. Like I haven't done anything with job listings and property, for example. Just not quite there yet, I don't think. But you have got down the side here all of these listings as well. And if you have a priority listing, you'll have sub accounts here as well. So I have my main account as Choose Sunrise, and then I have my B2C business, 101 Days to Sober, in there, and my B2B business, the Alcohol Safe Workplace, there. You may or may not want that, but it's just a little feature that might help you. So if I change back now, hold on. Can you now see the slides again? Oh, brilliant. Cool. Don't need to faff about. Content publishing, again, more is more. Oh, sorry. On here, the 22nd of each month. What I wanted to say on that is every new member, that if they've got a photo, then that information is emailed out on the 22nd of each month. And if you're thinking, well, I've never seen that, it's because I've only just set it up. So on the 22nd of December, all the new members are going to go out to everyone, and not just everyone in the network, but also anyone who is like a prospect and is thinking of joining the network. So that, as long as they've not unsubscribed, then they will all get that. So it's really worth making sure that your photo's up to date and that you've got your listing in there. I mean, if you do miss it, it will go the next month, but just a bit of FYI. So that's about a week from now, isn't it? From a
Janet, can I ask a
Yes.
question, or do you want to save questions for the
No, no,
end?
go.
I mean, first of all, I keep on saying this to you on WhatsApp. I'm in absolute blooming awe of what you're doing, and thank you, thank you, thank you. But I think I got lost in all of the WhatsApp about probably a month ago, and I've got a month of catch up to do. So
Don't try and
really,
catch up on that.
I'm not going to overwhelm. So, I was one of the first to join along with everybody on this call. It's absolutely fantastic. I don't even know how to get into the directory or log-ons or
Oh,
anything
wow.
like that. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah,
let
I
me
told you
see.
it was basic.
No, that's fine. Let me see if you are in here.
It'll be
Because
an empty thing if I am.
because no, you're not. So I'll set you up. Because you joined before I owned this piece of software,
Right.
you need to be set up by me, which is something that I put out a few times in the WhatsApp group, but that is totally fine. I will set you up. If you
Bless you.
joined since I bought this software, you will have joined here, you see. And you will have selected your plan and you will have basically put your email address and everything in just in order to join. So
Right.
yeah, so the process is kind of is there or that there or thereabouts there for more recent people, but you were one of like the first 10 or something. So yeah,
Thank you
that's
so
why.
much. I felt
No,
a
no,
bit
you're
thick.
welcome.
Thinking
No,
I was going
don't
to have to
really,
spend
no.
Christmas
And
going
I
through
think
WhatsApps.
yeah, it's like with any new business, you sort of start and then you go, actually, I need a process. And, so,
Yeah.
and I have got a few people probably in your position, Jill, who have just never had
Thank you.
a virtual listing. So if that's
And
you, just
are
let me
you
know.
going to explain the plans as we go forward in this
Yes, I
presentation
will
here?
explain all the
Thanks,
plans.
Janet. Excuse me
No, yeah,
interrupting
yeah, it's
everyone.
fine. No, no,
I
it's
don't know if
fine.
anybody else is in my boat, but thank you.
So you will never have been onto here, so I'll spend a bit longer on here. So if I go back into my account again and go to the dashboard, so I can do all sorts of things in here. So I can write a website blog article. So dead simple. You just put, the name. You've got a few categories to choose from. No, I mean, it's not that important, but and then you can literally type it in here. It's a bit like Word. You've got, your usual things up here for formatting. You can add links. You can add pictures. I think you can even insert a little video. In fact, you can because I did one the other day. These pre-made elements are quite nice as well. So you can put like, oh, I don't know, like a little video in and it'll put it in the box for you kind of thing. You just, I say I'm like, how do you do it? I don't actually know how you do. Oh, they're down there. Yeah. So you would, oh no, this is my fault for trying to do something live that I'd actually gone onto YouTube by mistake. There we go. But you get the idea. So you can just add in all sorts of content in there. Um, you could do like, there's also these little pre-made templates are really quite funky. So you could do like, that's quite nice, isn't it? Peter Pan, Wonder Woman, Mighty Mouse, nice. So you can do all sorts of things and write things and then publish them basically. So you can see, if you wanted to see what you've already published down the left, website blog articles, you can see I've done 8. These are them. So I did one yesterday, my friend Vicky. And when you publish anything on here, any web article, it also goes into the Choose Sunrise Facebook feed. So I've repurposed this Facebook page. It's kind of an old one. So I haven't really done a huge amount of focusing on growing an audience for it yet, but that is something that I am going to be doing. So obviously this is not of huge value at the moment because it's got 57 followers, but watch this space. So let's get some content on it. I mean, it's a bit chicken and egg, isn't it? We need content and followers will come, etc. But I've been going into it every day, pinning stuff at the top that I think's fun that people have posted, and just making sure like it that just happens automatically. There's an RSS feed, it's called, and you just put it straight on the Facebook page. So that's the second place where all of that stuff appears. I have a feeling I might be able to put it on Instagram as well if I sit and work it out. So I might maybe be doing that. You can also, I need to put this banner somewhere
So
different.
do you want us to write articles and blogs
Yeah,
then to go out on this?
yes, 100%. I really want you to.
Ooh,
I really, really want you to, because I want the content to come from everybody and definitely not from just me.
Right, I was going to ask as well then, sorry to,
Yeah.
so yeah, so if we were to write our own article on our own listing
Yes,
and publish it, and then it automatically will feed through to the Choose Sunrise
yes,
face. Ah,
100%. Yes.
okay.
So the idea is that people will start following it and going, oh, what's all this news from the sober world? And then, it'll become a place where people go and find out what's going on in the sober world. So very much chicken and egg. But fast forward 2 or 3 years when my target is to get 1,000 members. And if everyone publishes one article a week, that's, or even one a month is a huge amount of content. So yeah, I would really encourage you to do that.
So
Janet, I got a quick question.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I have a Substack. Do you know Substacks?
Oh yes,
It's like
yeah, I do.
yes. How do I can I link that?
I don't know if you can do it through any kind of tech wizardry. You might be able to do it with Zapier or Pabbly.
Okay.
We can have a chat
Because
offline if you want. I'll show you how I did it.
because it's all recipes and favorite spirits and information on functional ingredients and very useful non-alcoholic information that I would love to be able to share, but I was like, do I need to just completely copy and paste something entirely new? Like, how do
I mean, you can copy and paste. That's definitely an option. Obviously, it's not ideal.
right.
I'll have to have a think about. I might have to ring friend Amy, who's a tech wizard.
What platform is this on, the Sober Business Network? Is it a WordPress platform?
No, it's called Brilliant Directories.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So, and there are quite a lot of integrations with Zapier and Pabbly. If you now don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. I'm a bit of an automation geek. So I think there'll be a way, Jessa. I'll find out. If there's a way, we'll do it automatically. The other thing that you can do, obviously, is copy and paste things that have been published elsewhere. It's important to put at the bottom originally published on.
Published at, right. Okay.
Then the link. That's important for
Brilliant.
SEO because Google thinks that you're just plagiarizing if you don't put that. So,
gotcha. Okay, thank you. Go ahead, John.
Have you got any restrictions as to what we put on there? For instance, some people, if I wanted to promote my books, is that the sort of thing I can do on there?
Yes,
or write an article about books, or write an article about the hotel, or write an article about
I want you to promote your books, your hotel, your products, your services. I want you to do that.
Okay.
So, and I'll show you a little bit more about how. So when your dashboard, down the side again, you won't have quite as many options as this, but there's products here. So I haven't got any products listed on that one. I have in my sub accounts. Hold on. So if I go into my alcohol safe workplace listing and look at my products. Oh, no, I don't. I really thought I did. That's so strange. Hold on, maybe I didn't actually. Oh, look, log into sub account. There we go. Yay, I have got a product. So I've got my accreditation listed. So, I mean, alcohol safe workplace accreditation. I haven't put the price in because it's so variable depending on the employer, but then I've just put a bit in there. Progressive employers, would you like to do this? Blah, 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 blah. Just a little bit about it. And then you put a link as well. So when you list the product, you can put photographs. You can choose which order they go in, etc. And then if we go to this product library here, where you can look at everyone's products, you can see, look, Esther's been very good with this. Sobriety Rocks hoodie from Esther, Sobriety Rocks t-shirt, Sobriety Milestone, little gifts that people are selling. Create your own profile on the Sober and Single, if anyone's interested. Where's mine? There we are, Alcohol Safe Workplace.
So you're okay with educational stuff? So I've made some videos recently about cognitive distortions and thinking errors and that sort of thing. You okay with me chucking that sort of stuff on there?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm just a bit scared because some people are really restrictive as to what you can put on their websites, you know?
No, this is your website.
Okay.
For you, it's for the members. Your listing is for you, and you should treat it like a second website where you can showcase everything that you do. Yeah. So
so when it's released, Janet, it's the product's the relevant place to put my TED talk on?
Well, you could put it, you put what is it, a product you could put
because it's about stigma, and I think it's really relevant, you know. It's
I've put my podcast as a product, actually.
Right.
Yeah. So I think you can. I think that's probably right. And you can also publish events. So haven't got any in there, but lots of people have published events. So I've got our live networking meetup. This is the event we're in. That's there. Chamomile Retreats, that's Karen, who you know, Jill. Look at that picture. How cool is that picture? I love that. Boozeless Brunch up in Edinburgh. You know, people are just starting to use this, but you can, in the same way that you list a product, you can list an event. So there's basically kind of 3 types of content on there. So you've got products, blog posts, and events. And I've put the dates on here. Those are the dates of the month when the new products, blog posts, and events go out on email. So these do appear on the Facebook page as well. And there's an email blast to everybody with all the new ones each month. And it's like the emails are going to rotate. So on the 2nd, people will get products. On the 8th, they'll get new blog posts. On the 15th, they'll get new events. And on the 22nd, they'll get new members. So you get a weekly-ish email. And just kind of keep up to date with the news. And new for 2024 is coming. Network news every Friday. So I'm going to start up a new a YouTube channel. I've joined a YouTube accountability group where you have to post every week or you get chucked out of the group. So you post, and because apparently this is what the algorithm likes, and everyone says like it won't do anything for 6 to 9 months, and then when you get to like just over a year, it's going to start being like a really good lead generator for you. But I want it to be a lead generator for you guys as well as for the network. So I'm going to ask, I need 52 volunteers to be interviewed. I think I've got about 3 so far, but I'm sure I'll get some more. And I'm going to do a short interview. Think sort of Diary of a CEO, but like Diary of a Sober CEO, which name has been taken as a podcast, which I was quite upset about. I was like, I really wanted that name for the podcast. I know. And they've only released 2 episodes and then left it as well, which is just annoying. Like, how dare you take a really good podcast title and not use it? So I'm just going to check the chat. Oh, need to go. That's fine.
Janet?
Yes.
Sorry. So I know there's a lot of different accents on here and geography can be a problem, but do you have any plans to host any events in person?
Yes, we are hosting one in Manchester soon, actually. So there's a link to that one coming up. Yes, I'm going to take the business network on the road, and I'm going to Manchester, Bristol, London, and Edinburgh this year as a
Awesome.
bit of a
Okay, thank you.
Places. And then Jessa, who's joined from the States, is she's kind of like my right-hand woman in the States, and we're not really at a stage yet where there's enough people, but eventually we're hoping that we can have meetups in the States. And I've also got Catherine in Australia who's doing the same in Australia. So think big. Imagine we could have a world summit in 5 years, which would
Yeah,
be
I've got buddies in Mexico, Sarajevo, and the USA that are all dead keen on linking up.
oh, get him in the network, John. Love it. Love it. I need to do like you know, like when you get like Hello Fresh and you get like, or you introduce a friend and you get like something for you and something for your friend. I need to I do need to do that. I think that's a good strategy for me. But I just need to work. I want to do it through tech rather than doing it manually because it'll end up being unmanageable. But I'm sure there will be a way. I will look into it. I can definitely do coupon codes. I worked out that the other day. So anyway,
I don't know how you manage to have a job and do all of this as well. It's
I've got a time
marvelous.
machine, Jill. I've got a time machine. That's what it is.
Amazing
Triplets as
girl.
well.
Hmm?
Haven't you got triplets as well?
Yes, I do have triplets. See, this is the thing. Once you've
Wow.
got triplets, everything else is easy. You know, it's like, well, yeah, looked after 3 babies. They're 18 now, so got loads of time. Don't have to do any bottles, nappies, nothing. It's easy. So yeah, that's the QR code and the link. So book in to record your network news article, and I will interview you in the style of whatever his name is, Stephen Bartlett, isn't it? Who just died of a CEO. Can't promise I'll be as professional as him, to be fair, but might be a bit more fun. Future developments as well. So things I'm working on. I am working on marketing support packages and media packages that will be accessible pricing. And I'm going to be working with Michael Sargod, who lots of you know, who is a PR expert, to drum up PR interest in our communities and in our projects as well. So haven't got too much to share with you on that right now. But I'm working with people like Denise, you know, from the No and Low Drinker magazine, and there's the Sober Edit and things like that, and just looking at how we can put together some discounted packages for people who are in the network as well. So lots of stuff on lead generation. Whew, that's the lead gen bit. Connection, next bit. So obviously, I think if I start from the middle, I think most people know about the WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group is brilliant for quickfire questions, giggles and gossip, news and views, and meeting new people. Please use the groups. I've put like everything is just in the general chat. It is a bit overwhelming. Quite a few people have left, which I
It was
understand.
much too much chaos for me.
It's chaos, isn't it? It's
I had
chaos.
to withdraw from it.
Yeah. Well, we now have a Facebook group, which is much calmer. So if you there's a QR code on the next slide for it, or in a link. So if you've not found the Facebook group, get yourself in there. Longer term conversations, really good for introducing yourself, meeting people, asking questions. Facebook groups, Facebook's dying a little bit, but with groups, it's actually still really useful. I think that's what most people use it for these days. And we have a self-promote Wednesday on there. So rather than it just being a constant stream of people saying, I've got this product or that product, I thought let's have like a 1 day a week where we all say what we're selling, and then we can go back to helping each other instead of trying to sell to each other. Because a business networking group it's not really for selling to the network, it's for selling through the network. Ooh. I didn't make that up. I picked it up somewhere, by the way. But then the bit you probably don't know about, because I've only just created it in the tech, is connection requests. So I have used what was a message board function on here, which nobody would ever use in a million years, and changed it to connection requests. So it still says discussions. I cannot work out where in the software that word is, so I can change it. But it is connection requests. So I've put one on. So to get to it, you go to your dashboard again, and you go to get connected at the top there. And then they all look the same. You just put the title in and whatever it is. Adding an image really helps, I think. And then they will all appear under these connection requests. Now, I want to meet HR, wellbeing, diversity and inclusion managers in medium to large organizations because that's, my target client. I've also put in there, I'd love any speaking opportunities that come up. I could, to be honest, probably put that as a separate listing. Like, do you know anyone who organizes conferences, who organizes, that type of thing? So I could pop that in. In fact, I will do that later, because on Friday, so this is going to be weekly. Every Friday, these are going to go out, all the new ones. So they'll never go out more than once, but all the new ones will go out. And that's a really good way to really understand like how you can help other people in the network. I guarantee you, if you read that, you'll find something, you'll think, oh yeah, I do know someone who does such and such a thing. Because we all know people, our partners know people, and we probably all want slightly different things from audiences, etc. So get really targeted. Think about where your target client lives, where they eat, what they read, what they watch on TV, what they listen to, you know, and think about where you find those people in large numbers, and then get some connection requests put out and see how you can find more people who can help you in your business. So I think is that everything I wanted to say on connections? Here's the WhatsApp and Facebook groups if you're not already in them and you need them. I can send you the slides afterwards. Or if anyone, you know, doesn't manage to grab what they need, just I was going to say just drop me a note in the WhatsApp group, but probably don't actually. Just send me an email. More likely to actually see it. And then the other bit about connection, as you were asking a minute ago, Scott, is about input. Well, we have our monthly Zoom networking, which hopefully you all know about. So that's at 7:30 in the UK, and then we also have a 1 p.m. Eastern time that Jessa runs for our US networkers, and you're very welcome to join that if 7:30 doesn't work, or you can even come to both if you want to. I go to both, obviously, you don't need to. At each of those sessions, we have a spotlight speaker, we do 1-minute intros, and we have breakout rooms, and they're the first Wednesday of each month. We've got our first, well, we had one in-person event as a kind of launch event, but we've got like the first full day of meeting up, which is in Manchester on the 18th of January. It's like a business planning day. In the morning, we are doing NLP exercises to help us get our subconscious minds working on our business priorities, which I'm going to deliver because I am an NLP practitioner. And then in the afternoon, we'll be sharing our priorities with the rest of the group and committing to how we can support each other with them. And then we're going to take something similar, depending on how well it works, on the road, as I said, to Edinburgh, Bristol and London. And feedback, I'd love your feedback. Like, we have put a price on this because, you know, it's a full day, got a venue to pay for, we've got lunch and things like that. I don't know, like, it's £49 plus VAT. I don't know if it's a price thing or a time commitment thing. I haven't sold as many tickets as I wanted to. I'm still going to run it for the people who've bought the tickets. And, you know, for me, it's not about like it, I mean, I need to live, but it's not about making squillion pounds off it. I'd love to know your feedback on whether you think, you know, that's value, or is it something else that maybe I could do differently with it? Would it be better to just literally have a meetup that's kind of free and have, you know, some alcohol-free drinks together? I don't know. Have I overcomplicated it? I don't know. But feel free to let me know what you think. Anyway, I should have added down to that the Isle of Wight, because we're definitely going to John's Hotel at some point for a meetup. And then ad hoc meetups.
Does John know about that, or is that just
No.
dropped on him?
Just,
No.
Just turn up on his doorstep, right?
I'm just turning up.
Up, folks.
Got 63 rooms, please, John.
I'll bring a tent, you know.
Yeah, just turn up, ring the bell, and in you come.
Exactly. I love it. You see, we're friends now. We're all friends here. And unlike some organisations that you might join who want to control everything from the centre, I'm really happy for you to connect with each other offline. In fact, I really want you to. And local meetups, you know, are encouraged. If you want to kind of use any of our branding, then just let me know and I can kind of do you like a Sober Business Network endorsed package. I'm not going to charge you anything. I don't want any money from you. I mean, I'd prefer you not to profit from the branding as well, you know, but like I just want it to be what you want it to be, if you see what I mean. So if you think, well, there's actually 6 people in Liverpool, I'm going to do a meetup, Janet, can I put it on the site and use the branding? Of course you can, is the answer, basically. You should have one on the Isle of Wight, actually. I think we've now got 3 people on the Isle of Wight in the network, which is just exciting.
You have, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, I know. Who knew that there was
yeah.
3 sober businesses on the Isle of Wight? So we are definitely having a road trip at some point. And then if you are thinking, well, how do I keep track of when all these events are? Those 2 links take you to either a Google Calendar or is it called iCal, an Apple Calendar? And that basically will mean that you never miss a meeting, because as you just sort of add it to your calendar and it goes on like as, like, I don't know how to explain it, but on the left hand side of your calendars there'll be like, which calendar is it, and they all sort of sit on top of each other. It's just like another one of those, and it means that if I changed something, or like something was cancelled, it'd drop out of your diary. So I just think it's a good way. And my friend Karen does it with all of her Gold Star Pro meetings, and it works really, really well. So I thought I'd copy her. um, so yeah, I can see that there's a couple of people grabbing the QR code, so I'll pause. And again, anything that you need after this, just drop me a note. And then we come on to the personal development bit. So this is only included in the kind of top tier membership. So I'll show you the different membership options in I think pretty much the last slide. And this is new for 2024. And this is where I've created the program that I wish I'd had, basically, when I was starting off in business. So I've curated some brilliant speakers. I've basically taken all the people who I've learned the most from and asked them to come and help me, and most of them have said yes, which is amazing. And which is why I'm able to keep it really low cost, because most of them are doing it for either a free place in the network or some other exchange of skills, basically. Which is why I'm able to do all of this for 30 quid a month, which is, I'm not trying to do a massive sales pitch here, but it is good value. It is definitely good value. So obviously we have one Wednesday a week that's going to be taken over with, a good hour and a half of networking. So there's nothing on that week. And then the other 3 weeks, there will be startup skills, business coaching, and network knowledge, and they'll rotate. Your startup skills is obviously aimed at people who were in the first couple of years of business. We're going to be looking at things like marketing strategy, things that might trip you up at year end, some stuff on mindset. So we've got an imposter syndrome kind of expert coming to talk to us. Our very own Laura Everson from the network is going to do some stuff on cash flow forecasting for us. Amy's coming back to do some stuff on automation and on Chat GPT. SEO basics and social media. We've got a whole series of social media ones. So Beth, who is wonderful, who's got like a corporate background in growing social media for corporates, is going to do separate sessions for us on LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook, and TikTok, which I'm a bit scared of. So I need to go to that one. And then the business coaching section, TBC, who is delivering this. So apologies, I can't announce it yet because I'm waiting for someone to come back off holiday before I make a final decision. But this is going to be extracts from a much bigger business coaching program that's available. It's kind of like level 1 of it. What's brilliant about this business coaching is that it's all about getting your business ready for your exit. So it's starting with the end in mind, working out what it is, why did you even go into business in the first place, and what's the end goal, and like systematically working towards that. And it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And I'm really excited about it because even though I've already done it once, doing it all again, I'm going to see so many things that I think, oh gosh, I've not actually done that properly. So I'm really excited for that. And then the network knowledge part is actually people from the network. So Jill is going to talk to us about a TED Talk, for example. Janie Lee Grace is going to tell us how she got a podcast audience to 2 million downloads. I'm going to be doing some stuff about selling to supermarkets because I've worked for Asda and Co-op for my whole life in retail buying roles. That'll be valuable for the alcohol-free drinks manufacturers. We've got a guy who's raised a 6-figure seven-figure, I mean, sum of investment for his business. We've got people who've published books, magazines, they've launched apps, and we've got a real expert in selling to the on-trade in the network as well. So, and I've not put everything in here because I haven't quite got everyone nailed down yet, but there's even more than that as well. So there's so many interesting topics to get involved in. As I said, that's kind of the cycle each month. So networking, startup, business, and then network knowledge. And I've put everything in an online portal. I've just put a pretty little picture in there of some of the stuff. It's not no content in that at all, to be honest. What you were asking for, Jill, membership options. So Axel, if actually I'll start from the right, just because it's like and. So your standard listing, most of you are in here at the moment. You've got your business listing, you can do your events, your blog posts, everything gets published to Facebook and everything gets emailed to, I've got about 1,000 people on the list. So that's quite a substantial email marketing campaign for everything that you list. Then, and that is currently the price for that is £6 a month or £60 for a year. You might have paid less than that, sorry, if you're new, because some people did when I first started it up, I did some real, well, it's not worth as much, is it, when there's only 10 people in the network? So the price will go up.
How does your email list work, Janet?
So my email list has been curated over 2 to 3 years now, and it's a real mixture. So I've got people who are sober, or people who've been clients because they've been a coaching client, or they've been interested in becoming a coaching client. I've got lots of people who've given me their personal email addresses when they've joined. So I run workplace peer support groups, and lots of people have given me their personal email addresses because they've signed up for lead magnets, basically, for material about stopping drinking. So it's a lot of like sober people. Then I've also got I've got some like HR professionals in my mailing list, but I don't send this stuff to them. I would if someone wanted something specific sending to them, we could talk about it and why. But obviously, like corporate clients and people like that, like I treat them with respect. Obviously, don't send them things that are not relevant. Who else is in my network? I've got a lot.
How do we get something on your emails then that you send to these people?
List it on the directory. So every single time you list a product or an event or a blog post, it will be sent to my list.
Yeah.
It'll be sent to the relevant part of my list.
Yeah, cool. Yeah.
And that list is a big focus for me to grow as well, obviously. So yeah, it's yeah. I'm good with my list as well. I do something called weeding periodically, where I go through and take things out that are not right. I've recently started marking competitors and stuff as well, like just sort of like. Actually, I went through and marked all my competitors as Sober Business Network prospects recently. I thought that was quite fun, because I don't always send them stuff, if they were a competitor. And then I thought, well, actually, now that I'm running a network group, I can send them all this stuff instead. So you get all of that with Standard. Standard Plus, you get priority in the search results. So in the Sober Business directory, if somebody goes into it, I'll just go into it now, and types in, I want a coach, for example, I've got priority listing, so mine comes up first. Janie's got a priority listing, hers comes up first. I think that's it for priority listings in coaches at the moment. So then it goes to alphabetical. So if you don't begin with A and you want to be at the top of the list, then that's how you do it. You also get, that multi-layer listing that I showed you. So go to my dashboard. If you're wanting to have sub accounts, why have I just clicked that? It's not what I meant to click. Here we go. So that's my account. Oh no, where is sub accounts? I don't know how to do it. Oh, back to parent account. There we go. So that's my parent account, and then I've got my 2 sub accounts in there. So if you're wanting like a multi-layer listing like that, you have to get a standard the premium version, which is £12 a month or £120 for a year. And I will be going to these people with first refusal on the media opportunities that I talked about as well. So that's, you know, they may trickle down to the standard listings if people are not interested, but I'm definitely going to ask them first. So that was part of my commitment to people who traded up. And then the top tier, you get everything that's in all the other buckets, plus you get all of that business coaching and the skills that we just talked about. So all of those topics, all of that basically is in your accelerator package, and that's £30 a month. There's an early bird deal on at the moment. It is 200, no, it's £250 plus VAT. So yeah, sorry, I said £30. It's £30 plus VAT, so it's 36. So that's 6, 12, and 36 with VAT. I should just talk about prices with VAT. 6, 12, and 36. And there's instead of it being 360 for the year for the accelerator, there's a deal on at the moment, so you can get it for 300 for the year. And that ends on Christmas Eve, like some kind of Scrooge.
What was the priority, Janet, the middle one?
Yeah, so £12 a month. £6 a month, £12 a month, or £36 a month, which is a bit of a jump, I know. And that's okay because it's so much more, and it is a commitment, you know, it's a weekly commitment as well. So I get that you're not just investing money, you're investing time in that as well. So, you know, it'll be good though. And yeah, that's kind of everything that I've prepared. So I'm more than happy to answer any questions that anyone's got. Oh gosh, it's exactly 7 as well. Wow. Took me ages. Anyone got any questions?
What days are your training meetups on?
They're on Wednesdays. So if you join the accelerator course, they will be on Wednesdays from 5 till 6 p.m.
5 till 6
UK time.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 till 6. That's me every Wednesday now. I was saying to my husband, yeah. It's all right
Your
though.
Wednesday's sorted.
Yeah, our Wednesdays are all sorted. Yeah, obviously that you've got 3 weeks, and then if you're not going to networking, or if you're going to the early morning networking, then you kind of have a week off. So, but I'll be at the US networking,
Got it.
which
Do you
is
offer any like collaboration ships or like partnership options? Just because I'm running like a sober living community at the moment. We launched at the start of the year in January, and we're trying to connect people to the outdoors and how that inspires sober living. But we've collaborated with quite a lot of different organizations over the past year, and there's obviously like a huge overlap like with our community. So just seeing if there were any options there. So I could add you to our website and vice versa.
yeah. Let's chat about it. Why don't I send you a link for like a one-to-one? Let's have a one-to-one and see what we can. I'm always open to collaboration. So yeah, let's have a look.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Great. Any more?
I need to email you about everything.
Have you got a list for me?
Yeah.
That's fine, Scott. You go. Go.
Yeah, my plan is to switch off Booking.com and Expedia for the hotel and only network through sober network channels, so that everyone that comes here knows why they're coming here. So
that's a good idea,
yeah, because Booking.com steal your money anyway, and they send anyone.
Exactly.
Anyone can book.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good strategy because you've got such a niche, you might as well use it. And you should have a look at Michael Sargood and his website as well. It's more about events, but I feel like he's got a really good audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Daily Mail's just about to release an article on us.
Oh, wow.
Something that I've been working on is the Association of International Recovery Tourism, which is the connection with these guys in Sarajevo in Mexico and various parts of America. And I want to connect with more people that are really interested in sober tourism.
Yeah.
And network all of that up and, use our Isle of Wight hotel and then connect with Tom in Mexico who does sober tours in parts of Mexico and all of that sort of stuff. So anyway, I know I'm aware of the time. I'll shut the gob now.
Did I introduce you to that woman I met this week? I don't think I did. I think it's on my list to do. I met a sober, what do you call it? Like a booking agent, like a
Travel agent.
Yes, thank you. A sober travel agency.
Oh, well, definitely. 1,000,000,000% connect me up there.
I know. I definitely will. I can't believe I've done it now that I say that out loud. I will bump that up the to-do list.
Can I just jump in there, actually? John, hello, I'm Lucy. I'm the one whose business partner is on the Isle of Wight.
Oh, hello, Lucy. Sorry, I'm not emailing you as quick as I want to.
Oh, it's fine. Don't worry. There's no massive rush. It's quiet
COVID and all
time,
sorts.
isn't it? Janet introduced me to Richard Caseman, who is running and sobriety, and I'm triathlon and sobriety. And I've just messaged him today. I think we should organise a sober running retreat. So we haven't decided on a venue yet. And obviously, John, I thought of you. I haven't done much running on the Isle of Wight, so I don't know any routes. But I guess we'd have a nice time visiting to recce it. And then Aaron, I'd be really interested in what you do because you mentioned the outdoors as well.
Let's have
I'll have a look at your website and have a nosy and see if there's anything I can help with.
I'm very green at the moment and trying to pick a direction, but yeah, it's something that.
Well, I'm the same. I'm just starting out. I've just trained as a sober coach.
I've just finished my recovery coaching. My goal is to try and get hospitality people out of bars and into the outdoors.
Well, I'm all over that because I was not at all sporty until I gave up. And then I was like, what am I going to do with all this time? And it's been triathlon and cricket. Bizarrely.
Wow. Cricket's an entirely different conversation because we'll be here all night. So
I just saw a picture of Richard Caseman before and after on LinkedIn, and I was like, is that the same person? Because I only know him as like a fell running elite athlete. So I might come on your running retreat.
Well, I'm the beginner's expert. I'm not an impressive one. I'm very persistent in keeping going with it, even though I'm rubbish.
Now, Lucy, you've put me under loads of pressure because 5 months ago I started Couch to 5K. Now, obviously, I've got to up my standards if you're planning on.
No, you do not. You're out there. That is good. Keep the walk breaks. I'm a big fan of the Jeff Galloway method where you keep the walk breaks. Just be moving in the countryside. Aaron, that might be something to look at with people if they are just getting out there. You do not have to be a runner. You can be a run walker. It's fine.
Yeah. Love it. Love it.
People do marathons quicker than runners.
You probably can actually, yeah.
They do. I did a 10-mile race, same one, a couple of years apart. I walked it 5 minutes quicker. Who knew?
Brilliant.
So I'll have a look at everybody's websites and see where I can help.
Look on the directory. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll set you up, Jill.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you. Thank you, everyone. And well, if you have any questions or anything at all you want to ask, you know where I am. You can always find me.
Brilliant.
Likewise, Janet, with all the amazing work that you're doing, if you need support from us, obviously it's in terms of because my thing for the future is you're looking at potentially there's going to be thousands of people in this group.
Yes,
it's going to get to a point where you won't be able to do it on your own. I know you love automation, and I know I'm a huge fan of that, but please look after yourself in doing this because
thank you.
Well said, Aaron.
Two-way street.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. The robots, they might take over my life, and that we don't want that. No one wants that.
Well, if you want a Luddite to come and help you, I'm the one.
Love it.
Automation is not my middle name.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Did you say Jill has done TED Talks?
Yes,
Yeah, I'd not TED Talk, not a plural. I don't think I could ever do it again.
Okay.
Bloody killed me. Yes, yeah. So I did one in Edinburgh in October. It's currently been translated into Mandarin, God knows why. And it's not live yet, but it'll be live in a few weeks, a couple of weeks, I think.
Let us know, Jill. I'm really jealous. Well done.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you. It was amazing experience. It was yeah, I mean, I've just talked all about shame and stigma, and it was a very good experience to do it, and I'm really glad I put it out there.
Oh,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to your session as well. I think it's on my list
Thank you.
of like one day I would like to do. I'm like,
Well, you're going to have me with my hand in your back because
I
you're
know
going
it
to do
feels
it,
a bit
Janet.
close now. I'm
Yeah.
not sure about it. Ah!
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
brilliant. And I'm definitely coming to the Isle of Wight on this running retreat.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It sounds
fantastic.
amazing. It sounds
Yeah.
absolutely amazing. I can't
Do you know,
wait.
I've just realised we can supervise Jill.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm a runner. So I became a runner as
You
well.
can
I quit.
supervise you.
Yeah.
Trying to get out of it. Come
No,
on.
no, that's
I'll
me
be
skiving.
I'm trying to
running. I'll be
swerve it.
walk running.
Nah.
Well, someone's going to have to make the breakfast.
Hands
so,
up.
you know.
I'll make the drinks and we'll.
Yeah, someone's got to do the cooking.
Right, I need to
Amazing.
go and have my dinner. Thank you so much, Janet.
Yeah, me
Great to meet
too.
you all.
You're
Thank
so
you, Janet.
welcome.
Yeah, great to
Thanks
meet
for
you all.
your
Thank you,
call.
Janet.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Janet. Bye bye, guys. Bye bye.